Hello. This review is going to be about the movie That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, the movie Scarlet Bond. Um, I have never seen the Reincarnated as a Slime anime, but I did go to see this movie, and I thought it was pretty good. The animation was really good on it, and I enjoyed all the different fights and the big final battle. I thought that was all done really well. Um, I had no history on the characters, so there was a couple different things where I had to try to connect dots throughout the series because I wasn't, or through the movie, because I wasn't sure who different people were or what different abilities were. But I've seen enough anime and read enough manga to be able to connect it all pretty fast and make sense of it. And then there is a character in this movie who I presume is a new character. I'm pretty sure he's a new character. His name is Hiro. I think he's really awesome. Really cool guy. I wasn't sure in the beginning if he was going to be the antagonist or not. He's not. But I have overall found him to be really fun and really likable. I enjoyed his story a lot and his connections to a lot of the characters. Seeing, I believe it is Tempest, like the Tempest Village, all those different people. Overall, it was exciting to see them, even though I didn't know most of them. Of course, I know a little bit about Rimuru, just from what I've heard throughout the internet. Overall, I think this is a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit, even though I don't have a whole lot of lore knowledge on the series. And I would give this one a 6 out of 10. I definitely think it's pretty great, and I probably would have enjoyed it a bit more if I'd known more about the series. But for knowing what I do, I think this is a really good movie, and I would definitely recommend for people to go see it. Spoiler section for people who haven't seen the movie. Um, because I had never watched the anime, finding out that all of the people in the ogre village were alive was genuinely shocking to me because I thought this was going to be a big revenge quest. And it turns out a ton of these supposedly dead people are still alive. I'm sure that was not the case for pretty much everybody else in the theater. The final battle I thought was really awesome, but the antagonist, I thought he was super mediocre. He's kind of like the mustache twirling top hat guy that's evil, and there was no depth to him. He felt like such a one note antagonist. However, I believe it was like a curse pill or a curse orb that Hero swallowed and went like demon mode. I thought that was awesome. And then seeing him fight one of his friends that he grew up with, I really enjoyed the animation on that fight, the different sequences they went through. From swords to hand to using different fire and I think darkness abilities. I really enjoyed that final battle a lot. What else? So I also enjoyed the connection between Hiro and Toa, Queen Toa of the New Village. I think Toa's a really nice girl, and I liked seeing her, kind of bring Hiro back and then him sort of having loyalty to her. But I really enjoyed the aspect where she mentions how she was lonely and she wanted someone there and she thought that Hiro would stick around and she feels bad for having him stick around. I think that goes to show how nice of a character she is and also how loyal and kind Hiro is. Because he also, at one point, is under the impression that he can give his life and sacrifice himself to save her, and he does it without question. Of course, it was all a trick. Now, moving on to the ending portion, Hero dying. I enjoyed this aspect, because he dies for his foolish mistakes, and I thought, okay, I'm liking this a lot, and this would be a good way for pretty. I don't know if it's a canon movie or not, but it would be a good way to wrap it up and move on the story without having this character be there. But then he gets brought back, and I thought, okay, he gets brought back, I guess. And then Queen Toa dies, and I thought, all right, well, I would have liked it better if Hero had stayed dead, but she sacrifices herself, and that's well within her character. But then she comes back, and I thought, okay, this is a little bit dumb. What are we doing here? People die to bring him back, to die to bring him back. I get it, um, but I really would have liked it if Hero had just been the one to die first, and then the story moved on. I mean, of course, I'm glad they're both still alive and together, and the whole kingdom is happy. But it just felt a little bit silly at the end to have two characters die and then be brought back within 5 minutes. Um, Overall, though, so I don't watch a lot of isekai or hardly any because I don't like isekai. But for a movie taking place in an isekai world, an isekai series, I did actually enjoy this one a lot. I definitely am happy I went to the theater and saw it. And I would recommend other people to go see it, especially if you're a fan of the series. You'll probably enjoy it a lot more than I did. But just as an anime film, I had a really good time with it, and I always love seeing anime films in theater. And that's probably going to be it for me today. See you later, guys.